These court documents related to a 3-year-old killed while in foster care in Oildale paint a disturbing picture regarding the injuries he sustained. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Veronica Morley. The documents also calling into question the mental capacity of the foster parent before this incident. We want to warn some viewers that some of the details may be disturbing.
When deputies first arrived to 513 El Tejon Avenue, they walked in to see Margaret Eichhorst administering CPR to a child not breathing. According to court documents, the child was 3-year-old Alejandro Andres Perez Jr., a foster child under Eichhorst's care. Deputies reported that when they first saw Andres, he had several bruises and cuts along his head, face, and body. They noticed hexagonal patterned bruises on his back and a yellow liquid substance near his nose and mouth. Eichhorst was originally brought in for questioning, the document said. She told detectives she'd been caring for Andreas and 2 other foster children for around 6 months. She said she remembered giving him a bath and putting him to bed the night before. Detectives noted that when they left the room, the interview footage showed Eichhorst looking at the warrant receipt and mumbling something similar to "shower rug, did I? Oh God," according to the documents. Since she wasn't under arrest at that time, Eichhorst was taken back to her home. The documents state that detectives also requested Eichhorst's resource parent application from the Kern County Department of Human Services. As part of the RFA, email exchanges and entries regarding Eichhorst's note that on July 5th, 2023, Eichhorst was in counseling for, quote, childhood trauma, suicidal ideation, and that she was concerned about placement of a child who'd been sexually abused, as she might be triggered, according to the documents. The entries state that some of these concerns had been mitigated while some hadn't. Detectives also noted Eichhorst was a military veteran, and documents said she'd been diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Further examination of the toddler by a pathologist showed he had several external injuries, internal bleeding, as well as a small tear to his heart, the documents said. Cause of death was ruled as blunt force trauma to the head. Along with 2 other foster children, Eichhorst's biological daughter was living in the home. In an interview with the Jameson Center, the child said she was sad because, quote, she'd seen her little brother die in front of her. Documents say she saw him struggle to breathe, open his eyes one last time, and stop breathing. She said her mother told her he fell off his bed, according to the documents. Eichhorst was arrested and taken into custody on February 16th. Detectives note in the report that after the arrest, a walkthrough of her home showed her belongings were mostly boxed up, and it appeared as if she was attempting to flee to avoid prosecution.
And Eichhorst is due back in court for a preliminary hearing on May 13th. Now, we reached out to the Kern County Department of Human Services about the concerns outlined within these documents and have not heard back yet. We've previously heard from Kern County DHS that they could not comment on this incident further. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Veronica Morley.